Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Princess Peach statue from Super Mario. Just to let you know, I have made 5 Super Mario statues in total. There are links for all 5 of them in the description. Here they all are. But without any further ado, let's get started. Here are all of the materials that we will need to make the build. Begin by placing a row of 8 magenta concrete in a row on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then, on top of this row, left to right, place a magenta concrete, 2 pink, 2 magenta, 2 pink, and then a magenta concrete. We now want to place 7 entire rows of pink concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next, left to right, we want to place a magenta concrete, 6 pink concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a magenta. For the next row, 2 magenta, 4 pink, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 magenta. For the next row, 3 magenta, 1, 2, 3, 2 purple, 1, 2, and then 3 magenta. For the next row, 3 magenta, 2 purple, 3 magenta. Then for the next row, 2 magenta, 4 pink, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 magenta. And then for the next row, 1 magenta, 6 pink, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 magenta. We now want to place 8 entire rows of pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then, for the next row, we want to place 1 pink, 6 magenta, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1 pink. Just like this. We can now make the arms. So, extend the right side of that last row to the right by 4 using pink concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then extend down by 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. We now want to place 2 rows of white terracotta. 1, 2. And then 6 rows of white concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we also have to extend this upper armor area outwards. So if we start on the bottom row of pink, on the right side we want to place a magenta concrete, next to it a pink, magenta, pink. And then we can raise up all of the other rows by pink, so we want the sleeve to look nice and floofy. So now that we have done that, we can come to the opposite side of the build and do the same. So from this corner, 4 pink concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, drop down 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, fill all of those in. Underneath that, 2 rows of white terracotta. And then 6 rows of white concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We now want to do the thing with the sleeve, so a magenta concrete here in the corner, pink, magenta, pink, and then extend these rows upwards all the way up to the top of the arm. The end result should look like this. Now that we have done this, we are going to come towards the back of the statue, and we are going to make this. So we want to take the bottom 2 corners and extend backwards by 3 using magenta concrete. 1, 2, 3. Extend across. 1, 2, 3. We now want to copy what we have on the front of the statue onto the back, so the mixture of magenta and pink concrete, just like this. We now want to copy the entire back of the statue directly onto or rather copy the entire front of the statue onto the back. So this includes all of the detail with the magenta concrete on the front, the purple, the whole lot. There is only one slight difference on the back of the statue, which I will show you in just a moment once I have stopped copying this bow. So, coming all the way up to the very top, we have a smaller row of magenta on the front. On the back, we are going to have an entire row of magenta, so instead of a pink on the end, magenta. So if we take a look at this, this is what we want to have, except of course we just have to now fill all of this in using pink concrete. Next, we can work on the back of the arms and the sides. They kind of go hand in hand. So when it comes to the leg section, we want to fill most of it in using pink concrete starting at the bottom until we get to the ribbon section, which we want to fill in using magenta concrete. The bottom of the hand we extend backwards using white concrete, and we fill the sides and back of the arm in the exact same way that we filled the front of it in. So with a slight bit of change in the fact that, once we move past this white terracotta, on the front of the arm we of course have like a floofy sleeve at the top, right? So let's fill the shoulder in. So as you guys can remember, this part sticks out, it's all nice and 3D. On the back we want the same, so from the corner, magenta, gap, magenta, and then we just want to place pink concrete extending all the way up. So very, very simple. It's almost identical to the front with that one subtle change at the top of the statue, and we want to apply the exact same level of detail onto this opposite side. Now, there are going to be more differences, by the way, but we are saving those until a little bit later. The front of the statue will be distinctly different from the back. Don't forget the floofy sleeve. There we go. Perfect. So something that we will also do on the front, but we might as well do it here so that we don't have to come back to this. I am going to extend the entire ribbon section one row forward. So minus the purple concrete in the middle, we want to have like a nice sticky out bow. We can do this on the front as well, and we might as well because, I mean, why not? For the sake of symmetry. There we go. That's perfect. So that's, for the most part, there's a little bit more to it, the lower half of the statue complete. Now let's come all the way up to the top of the statue and we can make the head. So start off by placing a row of 8 white terracotta on top of the front of the body, and extend that white terracotta forwards by 2 rows. For the next row, left to right, place 3 white terracotta, and then 2 magenta terracotta, 3 white terracotta. For the next row, an entire row of white terracotta. Then for the next row, a white terracotta, white concrete, light blue concrete, 2 white terracotta, 1 light blue concrete, 1 white concrete, 1 white terracotta. So the next row is actually incredibly similar, except on the ends of the row we don't have white terracotta, but instead we have brown concrete. For the next row, we want to place, starting from left to right, a white terracotta, 2 brown concrete, and then 2 yellow concrete, 2 brown concrete, 1 white terracotta. We then want to place 2 entire rows of yellow concrete on top of this, and this, for now, is going to be the face. So now we are going to shape the side of the head a little bit by placing an additional white terracotta here in this corner and here in this corner. We then want to extend the bottom of the head backwards so that it overhangs the back of the statue by 2 rows, so 1 and 2. And this is really simple. We are first of all just going to start off by filling the sides of the head in, and we're just going to go for the whole thing, the left, right, back, top, fill all of it in using yellow concrete. So the next thing that we are going to do is on the sides of the head, we are actually going to extend the yellow concretes, extending all the way to the front. So basically just leaving the back row of yellow concrete and the front row of yellow concrete alone, like this. We just want to extend the sides, like so. And it will create an interesting 3D effect, especially when we add the rest of the hair. Like this. So we can even add some hair extending down the back of the statue, by the way, like if you want to add, say, like a few rows of yellow, like this, and then you can start to kind of like curl it and what have you, like leave some blocks kind of like this, and then maybe even have a little bit, something like that, right? Just so that the hair looks like natural and flowy. That wasn't planned, but I mean, you can easily just kind of like do something like that. I mean, you could even extend it up a little bit, probably nothing too crazy, but something like that would be pretty good, I think, or something like I had before. Well, anyway, on the front of the head also, we want to extend the yellow concrete that is basically, it's all of the middle blocks, so it's leaving the left and right sides alone like this and just extending those blocks. We just get this nice 3D effect. We can even achieve this by extending some yellow concrete down, maybe about 3 or so rows just underneath like so. You can even add an extra row on the inside, but we are going to be adding a pendant, so that might get in the way, but it looks really good. As we come all the way up to the top here, I realise that we never filled the top of this in with yellow concrete as I planned, but that's okay. So now that that's done, the remaining materials that we require for the rest of the build include block of gold, red concrete, end rods, yellow concrete, and light blue concrete. You could even use diamond as well if you wanted it to stick out, but I don't know whether it will look a bit silly. Okay, there is a crown on top of Peach's head. It starts from the original, so it's kind of hard to find, but we extend inwards diagonally from the original corners of the head. It kind of looks like this. It's a little bit weird because we've added onto it, but there we go. We then want to have 2 red concrete, front and center, in between the front pair of gold, and then we want to join the gold in a ring, or a square, more accurately. Extend the corner blocks upwards, and then the center 2 blocks on each side, including the front. And there we have Peach's crown. So for the amulet or pendant or necklace or other variation of necked jewellery, we want to place 1, 2, 3 end rods extending down from the inside of the hair that we just added. In between the last pair of end rods, we place yellow concrete. 2 rows of diamond underneath, yellow concrete surrounding them, and I do think diamond actually looks better because it contrasts against the eyes. And in doing that, ladies and gentlemen, you have fully completed your Princess Peach statue. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. Please do remember to check out each one of the other Super Mario statues that I have built recently. All of the links below for them are down below in the description. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.